So we went on our trip. We went up north, and at the beginning of the trip, it was really great. We spent some time with my parents, and they're in their 70s. And one of the things that I want to talk about is there's a conversation going on online and in the communities about, outside the communities, I should say, about cannabis and the use of it. You know, it's not just people getting high. And it was really interesting that I was with my parents in their 70s, and as a user of cannabis for pain control, I have an interesting conversation that I've had with my parents involving, we were there the long weekend in July, the long weekend at the beginning of August, and both times we were there, we had conversations and started getting into deep conversations about how cannabis use for pain control in my situation was, and how I dealt with it, what I was using, and all of that stuff, and how it evolved. It was really interesting to see that in their 70s they were still asking questions and trying to figure out, you know, what it was and what it was all about. So the conversations are happening, and the more they happen, the more education it's going to go on and get out there. So, you know, it's happening out there. Don't worry about people just wanting to get high. Yes, there is a recreational community out there. It's going to happen, but it's just like alcohol. There's a recreational community of alcoholics, but there's people who take it too far. There's also people who know how to do it responsibly. So, you know, we have to think about it that way as well. Second thing I want to talk about today, while we were up there, got some products that were amazing. I got to talk about a great company in a small town. Couldn't believe it. Small town. We were in Tomokomi, and right in Tomokomi there's Tomokomi Cannabis Company, and they're trying to bring cannabis to small communities, and it was fantastic. They had a great little selection in there, and ultimately furnished us with a fantastic drink that we selected, and then we got some other little goodies from there. But Karen was fantastic to deal with. She's also one of the founding owners. It was fantastic to deal with her. So shout out to Tomokomi Cannabis Company for serving us so well while we were up there as well. So big topic with, you know, edibles and drinks and everything else on the market in the THC, in CBD world. One of the things that I find that is really interesting is I've talked to a couple different people, and I'm going to be expanding more on this topic in the near future, but there's a circle of people out there. What about people like alcoholics who have a string of things that can be wrong with their health, especially with their mental health, anxiety and PTSD and all kinds of things. There's lots of things that can not only drive people to that addiction, but addiction, of course, is a disease itself. And cannabis can help with a lot of side effects or things that drive people towards that addiction. So let's circle back. So alcoholics looking to use cannabis products as a relief to some of these symptoms, looking at the beverage selection, in particular, of course. Some of these drink selections are targeting, not necessarily, I don't want to say targeting because it's a very harsh word, but they look like cocktails. They're aimed towards cocktail drinkers, and to be quite honest, a lot of them taste like cocktails. It's very, very difficult to find one that doesn't. A couple that I like very much do remind me of alcoholic beverages. So it's very, very difficult. You know, I want to shout out to one of the ones that we were drinking, and you know, we enjoyed it very much, from a company called Fresh, PHRE, with a little circle above it, SH, and it was strawberry kiwi, and it was spring or seltzer water style one, but it wasn't too much water, and it was flavored well, and it was really good. It was an aftertaste. You know, and that's another thing with the edibles. There's a whole bunch of people out there that can't stand the taste of distillate and things like that, but do look to find product to help them. So that's the topics for today. Quick little video for you guys. A couple things to think about. Put them into your head. You know, music, cannabis. There's lots of things that we use in our daily lives to help us fix what we have going on in our bodies, in our heads, sometimes even in our hearts. So, you know, keep a song in your heart. It'll keep a spring in your step. Lots of love. Jeff Sealing Music. Peace out.